Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Mutiara Alea Safinka from TBI 4B. And today, I want to tell you about the history of Lut alaihi salam. And before that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe my channel, yes? Okay, thank you. Have watching.
Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Did you finish your homework today? Yes, Papa, I did. So, are you ready for the story Another Prophet? I'm always ready for the story of Prophet. Oh, is that so? Inshallah, I will tell you the story of Prophet Lut alayhi salam today. Bismillah. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam left the city of Babylon along with his nephew Lut alayhi salam and Sarah. They traveled for many days in the desert. Prophet Lut then decided to go to the city of the Sodom, which was one of the western shore of the Dead Sea. The city was filled with evil people. The people of this town were very wicked and they attacked the traveler passing by. Another common evil among the people of Sodom was that the man had sex with the man inside of the woman. They were all gay people. No one had committed such sins ever before. This unnatural sin was later known as sodomy after the city of Sodom. The people committed these sins without any shame in front of everyone. It was during the height of crime and sins that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala sent His messenger to Prophet Lut alayhi salam to call the people to back to Him. The Prophet wants the people to give up their indicted behavior, but they were sunk way too deep in their sins that they were deaf to Prophet preaching. Lut then the warden of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala punishment. But they then threatened to drive him out of the city if he kept on practicing. The prophet was saddened when they continued their ways of life. The news of the evil man in Sodom spread through the land. The prophet continued with his struggle to correct his ways. Years passed, and the prophet continued with his mission. No one responded to his call, except for the member of his family, and even his family. Not everyone listened to his words, and this included one of his wives. With very few people to believe in him, the prophet was tormented both inside and outside his home. His life was continued threatened and be suffered greatly, but the prophet remained patient and steadfast with his people. Years went by, but no one's willing to listen to him. They even mocked at him by saying, "If what you are saying is true, then bring Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala punishment to us." When the people refused to listen to him even after so many years, the prophet finally lost hope in them. And that's when Allah decided to send the angel to destroy the evil people in Sodom. The angel took human form and went to the house of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and his wife Sarah were very old by now. He invited the angels to have food in his home, and he agreed. The prophet sent a roast calf to the angels, but they didn't touch the food at all. When Ibrahim noticed that they were not even touching the food, he started to worry and he started to fear them. The visitor then informed the prophet that they was actually angels sent by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. They told him that Sarah will get pregnant soon and that she will give birth to a child. The prophet and his wife was diligent to hear this news. The angels talked to the prophet that they should name their son Ishaq, and that he would grow up to become a prophet as well. The angels then walked toward the city of Sodom. They reached the wall of the town in the afternoon, They then started walking toward the river. The first person who caught the sight of the angels was Lot's daughter. She was sitting beside the river, filling water in the hot jug. When she lifted his face and saw them, she was stunned. Never before had she seen such beautiful men in her whole life. She could believe that such beauty even exists on the earth. "Is there any place to hear?" asked one of the angels. "Stay here," she replied. She knew that if the evil men in her town saw them, they would try to harm this trade. "Do not enter until I inform my father," she told them. She then left her jug beside the river and ran quickly to inform her father. "Oh, father, there are three young and attractive men at the town gate. I have never seen such a beautiful face before." The prophet go right and he ran to the town gate. The prophet did not recognize that they were actually angels as the thought. They were travelers passing by. "Where did you come from?" the prophet asked them. "And where are you going?" But they did not answer his question. Instead, they asked if they could stay at his house. Lut alayhi salam was in a dilemma now. He wanted to tell these strangers not to stay because of the evil people in the city without offering them. Yet at the same time, he wanted to extend the hospital shown to the ghosts. He tried several times to convince them, but they insisted on staying in the city. At last, he told them to wait outside the town gate till night, so that no one would see them. When it became dark, Lut went to the guest and accepted the strange to his home. As the prophet has planned, no one saw them when they reached his house. The prophet's wife saw them and she slipped out of the house quickly. No one noticed her living in the house. She ran to her people and informed them about the beautiful stranger at her house. The news of the stranger spread like wildfire. Everyone rushed to the Lut house to see the strangers. Lut was surprised when he saw the people coming through in his house. He wondered how they got the news of the strange. And when he noticed that his wife was missing, he realized that it was she who informed the people. The prophet was very sad that she cheated on them. When Lut saw them up approaching his house, he immediately shut the door. He planned with them to leave the strangers alone. He warned them of the Allah's punishment. The evil people of Sodom raged with the louder when they heard the prophet's word, and they broke down the door. Lut tried to defend his guests, but he stood powerless those violent people. He wished that he had the power to save his guests. When the angels saw the prophet in the stage of despair, they revealed themselves to the prophet. "Do not be frightened. We are the angels. Are those people would not harm you," they said to the prophet. When the mob heard the angels, they fled from the prophet's house. They abused the prophet and ran to their home. The angels then asked Lut to leave the town before sunrise. They asked him to take with him everyone except the wife who slept on him. Lut alayhi salam left the city at dawn like the angels asked him to. He took with him two of his daughters who were the only believers. When the morning came, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started the destruction of the most corrupt city on earth. At first, he seen the earthquake that rocked the city down. It was as if a mighty power had lifted the entire city and flung it down in one jolt. And then he sent a storm of stone that remained on the city. Everyone in the city was destroyed, including the prophet's wife.
The town of Sodom was erased for the face of earth, and no one survived except the prophet and his daughter. Lut alaihissalam then went to see his uncle Ibrahim alaihissalam. He visited them and told him what happened in Sodom. But Ibrahim alaihissalam already knew what had happened as the angels had informed him before. Alaihissalam continued to invite people to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and so did Abraham alaihissalam for a long time.
That was so amazing story, Papa. Mashallah.